Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We'll start with scanning stocks that are in buy zone for tomorrow. So I'll try to doing things in a bit differently today. I'll quickly scan through stocks which are in buy zone, which is basically in these green lines. These three green lines are standard deviation. This is a 1 minute chart, and these red lines are in sell zone. Okay, so what I will do is I will start with stocks which are in buy zone, which you should be looking to buy first thing tomorrow morning, and then the stocks which are in sell zone, which you should be looking to sell or do a put option, and you should be looking to take profits. Okay, and then we'll go through our regular usual stuff. So Bitcoin, starting with Bitcoin, these are futures. Basically it's in the middle. So basically whatever is in the middle, which is between this start of first green line and start of first red line, will not do anything. Okay, so if Bitcoin goes here, these are the levels. You can take a screenshot: 26,172, 26,345, 26,518. If Bitcoin is here, you should sell. If Bitcoin is here, you should buy. These levels are at 25,719, 25,546, and 25,374. This is just a short-term chart, which is for tomorrow only, and things change on a daily basis, so I can review every day. Tomorrow is Fed minutes. Basically, Central Bank of US, they will confirm if they're going to increase rates by 0.25 basis point. If they do, that could create a big sell-off in markets. So you got to be very careful. If they don't do it, then it's going to create a big pump in the market. Okay, so starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is in the middle, nothing to worry about, no trades here. Ethereum is also in the middle. You can see no trades here. US 500, which is S&P 500, it's in the sell zone, very close to the sell zone. So these three are the targets. So tomorrow, if S&P 500 is here, you should be looking to sell. So the third standard deviation is 4401, second standard deviation is 4385, and the first standard deviation is 4368. You can see you should be looking to sell or take profits in between 4385 and 4368, and then if it dump below around 4325 to 4309 to 4292, look to buy. Okay, Nasdaq 100, basically very close to the sell zone. You can take a screenshot. I'm not going to go through levels. I will just quickly go through it. This is US 30. This is Dow Jones. It's in the middle. No trades here. US 2000, very close to the sell zone, but still no trades here. Oil, crude oil. You can see what happened yesterday. And I bought CNQ, and it's up almost 2%. I told you guys yesterday. You can see crude oil when it dumped. Yesterday, you can see an example when it dumped almost 5%. It came in this buy zone. Okay, so you can see it came in this buy zone. So if had you bought crude oil, it was up almost 3 to 4%. You could have made easy 4% profit. You can see now today it went to the sell zone, and you could have sold it here. Okay, anyhow, now it's in the middle. No trades here. CNQ. Yesterday I bought in the buy zone. You can see it touched here. This was the buy zone I bought, and today I sold it here. This was the sell zone, so nice 3% profit in one day. Now it's in the middle, so no trades here. Dollar, basically in the middle, no trades here. Natural gas, it's basically today was a profit taking day. You can say if you bought yesterday, it was down with the oil, and today it went in the sell zone. You should have sold it here and took profits. Now it's in the middle, so no trades here. Gold was in the buy zone today. You should have bought it. Gold was down for some reason. It was down 0.8%. You should have bought it here. Silver was also down today. So look to buy if it's. Although silver did not touch the buy zone, but gold did touch the buy zone for some reason. So you should have looking to buy gold. And gold miners, this is the ETF GDX. It came very close to the buy zone, which is the green line. It touched green zone yesterday, and today very close to. So gold miners were in the buy zone. Let's quickly look at copper. Copper is in the sell zone. You can see it's in the sell zone. And palladium, let's quickly look at that. It's in the middle now. It came to the sell zone. It came in the buy zone a couple of days ago. That was a good trade if you bought palladium. PALL is the ETF. If you want to trade palladium, it was in the buy zone a couple of days ago. Today it went up, and it basically came in the sell zone. So you should have looked to take profits here. Wheat ETF. Basically, it was in the sell zone this morning. You should have looked to take profits here, and then now it's in the middle. Corn is a commodity. Corn is in the buy zone, guys. So tomorrow you can look at these levels. So if it falls here, look to buy corn. Corn, this is the ETF, CORN. So look to buy corn. Soybean, Let's see, soybean is it was in the sell zone. If you bought, sold it here. Now it's in the middle, so basically no trades here. Sugarcane, it's in the middle, very close to the buy zone here. Still, I want to see right in the red lines here. Coffee was in the buy zone, but I could not find ETF, guys. If you guys know what ETF to buy coffee, let me know. I tried searching JO, but it's not showing active anymore, and also, sorry, not indicators. Also, CAFA, so JO is not coming anymore. CAFE is also not coming anymore. So maybe they put it down. I don't know what's going on. So if you guys know what ETF to buy to trade coffee, let me know. It's in the buy zone. I'm very interested to buy coffee. So comment in the description of the video today. We're very thankful. TNX is basically mortgage rates going higher. So in the sell zone, bonds were in the buy zone. So basically, I look to buy bonds, and I already covered these ones. Let's see what else is there. XLE energy sector. Basically, it touched the sell zone and then sold off. Now it's in the middle. XLU utilities in the middle. No trades here. XLV healthcare. Healthcare, I'll show you something interesting happened. I don't know what, there's no news on United Health Group. Dividend day is on Thursday, so still 1 day ahead. And then I don't know what's going on. It's for some reason it's down. Also, CVS Health is down. So healthcare, if it comes tomorrow here. So actually, let's quickly take a look at healthcare after hours. I think it was down 0.91% for some reason, because of this is the biggest stock in healthcare, XLV. So 0.6% down, so 130.76. So if it goes to 129 tomorrow, look to buy healthcare ETF XLV. XLI industrial in the sell zone. You can see it's pumped really hard here. I'm not interested in buying there. XLE also in the sell zone. XLF also it came to the sell zone, now very close to that, so not interested. KRE, which is regional banks, so very close to the sell zone. It's sold. You should have sold it here. Tesla, basically in the sell zone. You can see it's been in the sell zone for a while here. Multiple gaps to the downside. I'm only looking to buy Tesla if it falls around 232 or below. Okay. Apple, very close to the sell zone, but still not in the sell zone. No trades in the middle. Google in the middle. No trades here. Looking to buy at the bottom. Microsoft, let's see, very close to the sell zone. Snowflakes in the middle. No trades here. Meta, very close to the sell zone. Sorry, not close, in the middle basically. No trades here. Amazon, basically came to the sell zone. Should have sold it in the morning. Now in the middle. Netflix, basically in the morning, pumped higher. It's in the sell zone. NVDA, sell zone. AMD, down 3.6%. Still not in the buy zone yet. In the middle, no trade zone. Intel, basically in the sell zone, 2.5% up. Shopify, in the not in the middle yet, but still very close to the sell zone. PayPal, in the middle, no trades here. CRM, Salesforce, looking very interesting. I will be looking to see if CRM drops below 207. I'll be looking to buy CRM tomorrow. IBM, sell zone. Cisco, sell zone. Disney, in the sell zone. CVS, okay, UNH, basically I told you before, UNH was down 4.5%. So let's see if it's going to be in our buy zone in the morning tomorrow, 470. And let's see, yeah, it will be in the buy zone. Actually, it's opening below second standard deviation. Okay, so 480, it's opening below that. But even sorry, it's opening below third standard deviation. So definitely it's a buy zone. So tomorrow look to buy UNH. Okay, this is the perfect stock to buy tomorrow in the open. If it's anywhere here in these green lines, look to buy. Okay. CVS Health, same story. I think it was down 2%. So let's quickly look at CVS Health. Let's see how much down it is. Now 1.74, so 71 bucks. So yeah, so CVM is very close to this third standard deviation. So if it falls below 70.78, look to buy CVS. ABBV, I don't think it was down, so in the middle, no buy zone here. PFE is in the sell zone. Nike is basically in the middle, no trade zone. UPS in the sell zone, Home Depot, no trade zone in the middle, Honeywell, sell zone at the top, Boeing, near sell zone, MasterCard, in the middle, no trade zone, Visa, very close to the buy zone, McDonald's, very close to the sell zone, Procter & Gamble, in the middle, no trade zone, Starbucks, very close to the sell zone, Uber, very close to the sell zone, Verizon, in the middle, no trade zone, Coca-Cola, in the middle, no trade zone, Costco, very close to the sell zone here, Walmart, sell zone. Oh, these are futures, so don't worry about those. I will show you a few Canadian stocks. So Royal Bank, basically all banks are in the sell zone. I already checked it. Basically all these are in sell zone. Goldman Sachs, let's see if there's any American banks which are in the sell zone. JP Morgan in the sell zone. Bank of America, let's see, it's in the middle, no trade zone. Citigroup, no trade zone, and then WCN is also another one which kind of is in the buy zone, where it came to the close, where it came to the buy zone. So that's something you should keep an eye on. ATD, this was basically in the buy zone. Should have looked into buy it here. And Enbridge is also another one I'm looking to buy tomorrow if it falls in the buy zone here. And TRP, which is oil sector, it's coming to the buy zone. XOM was flat for some reason, still in the middle, no trade zone. Yeah, okay guys, so you already seen all these, so let's quickly review and start with the Bitcoin. Let's go to daily chart of Bitcoin and let's do our analysis on Bitcoin. Let's hide these and let's see how everything is going. So Bitcoin here, basically if I zoom in, you can see, let's see if it's holding this trend line. Bitcoin is kind of, you can see indecision candle, last 4 days, just indecision candle, okay? And it's still below this white trend line, which is this trend line. You can see it's, you can see how many instances of touches are here. It really needs to close above this trend line. Let's go to 1 hour chart and analyze Bitcoin. You can see it's just in a choppy range. And you can see what happened today. Today we broke out. Yesterday I told you it's in a triangle. Today we broke out of triangle, came back for a back test. Okay, now we are moving higher. So if tomorrow Fed comes and say, so I'm talking about bull case. So if tomorrow Federal around 2 p.m. is the announcement, and if they say no rate increase, Bitcoin can break out and Bitcoin can go back in this resistance box. Now you really need Bitcoin above this this yellow line. Okay. So if you're a bull, you need Bitcoin to cross this 27,469, because what Bitcoin is doing, it's making a series of higher high. Now you can see now it made a new high and a higher low. This low is higher than previous low. Now Bitcoin really needs to go above this high first, 26,421, and then it really needs to cross above this. Okay, so I think Bitcoin can just chop around here until the news, and then it's going to make a next decision. But overall, you can see we are in this buy zone, okay? But because S&P 500 is so overextended, I can show you here, Bitcoin is following S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. These are too overextended. So a cool down is really required. So that could put a lot of downwards pressure on Bitcoin. But long term, I'm thinking Bitcoin is going here. One thing, let's quickly look at futures, Bitcoin futures. Let's quickly see where did they go. Here's Bitcoin future. One thing to note on 1 hour chart on Bitcoin future, there's this gap. Oh, actually the gap is filled today, guys. So yeah, I did not realize. So looks like this gap is filled, so I can close this gap. So now there are no gaps to the top. One thing to note on daily chart, there is a huge gap. You can see, guys, gaps always get filled. So maybe they just pumped today just to fill this gap, and now we're down again. So there's another gap here around 20,000 that will eventually be filled. I don't know when, but it will be filled. So you can put your orders here if you want to wait. Do not buy here There could be some fake out moves, but eventually this gap will be filled sometime maybe this year or who knows when. Okay, but just be mindful of that. Don't get too bullish on Bitcoin yet. Okay. Ethereum futures, if I go to 1 hour chart, this gap is still not filled. I try to pump, but there's a huge gap here around 1834. This gap will eventually be filled, but I don't know when. But if Bitcoin is going down, chances are this is also going to go down, and their cycle lows are coming here. So again, go back to Bitcoin. A lot of risk, guys. It is in the buy zone. So I think it's going to go to the bottom around 24,000, then bounce, and then it's going to go back and then fill this gap. This gap is around 20,300, which is why I have a blue line here. So that will be a really good buy. If Bitcoin goes here, look to buy it there. Okay. So that's on Bitcoin. Ethereum is also going to do the same. I think Ethereum can come as low as 1400. Okay, so yeah, be very careful. And Ethereum and Bitcoin are looking very weak, especially when S&P 500 and Nasdaq are going so high. Okay, but guys, if you are here for crypto, then that's it. And I'm going to move to now a broader market. So let's quickly review MES, and let's quickly add some other indicators. So let's get rid of these. Let's add this one. Let's add PPO. And let's add RSI. Okay, we can add this one. All right, so let's go to daily chart. This is a daily chart. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go and review US 500. Okay, you can see what's happening here. We're in oversold condition. You can see RSI is giving us this green line. Whenever we are here, we're in oversold condition. You can see last time we got this green line here at the top, previous top, around 43.11. Green line, oversold, massive dump. And here also green line, then correction. Okay, RSI is very, very extended. It's oversold. So if you're holding, this is a good time to take profits. That's all I can say. I've been telling you guys for a while, take profits, but this market still keeps going on. But yeah, you can see everything is oversold. So I won't be bullish here, guys. That's all I will say. And then also there's a lot of separation from this 10 moving average. So waiting for a dip. And let's quickly see MES chart where my cycles are. Let's see if I can find it quickly here. This is the MES chart. You can see now cycle low was basically, it is tomorrow. I don't know how much dump we're gonna get now. If Fed rates by 0.25 basis points, then chances are we have seen the top today, and then we're gonna see not the top today. We will get a dump before we go another leg higher. Okay, so yeah, so I think we might be heading towards 4,500. Looks like we already meet 4,300. My target before I thought it's gonna happen end of this year, but it looks like we're going here sooner. So if we go down, look to buy, and then we're going to have another run towards maybe 4,400, 4,500. But I'm looking for a pull down. Okay, this is too extended, so I'm not interested in trades here. And let's quickly look at SPY and see if I can find any of the kill clues here. Let's see if we gapped up today or not. Let's see. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Let's make it auto. Another gap, guys. So another gap today on SPY. So it's multiple gaps. Another gap here. These gaps will be filled. If we get a gap down tomorrow, this could be an island reversal. Okay, so all these people who bought today could be stuck there. So be careful if you get a gap down tomorrow. That's not good news for S&P 500. And you can see there's still some divergence. See some divergence on PPO. You can see PPO and RSI. They have some divergence. RSI not have a lot, kind of flat, so I'm going to get rid of it. PPO is showing divergence, making a new high on 1 hour chart with divergence. And let's go to daily and see no RSI divergence. PPO also kind of burning through it. So yeah, so 1 hour is saying short-term time frame is saying we need a pullback. Long-term time frames are saying something else, and the support is rising. So let's quickly draw Fibonacci and see if we find something new here. Let's see. This is a new high today. And now the buy zone is around here. Let me see. So let me move this buy zone. It's around here. From here to something like this, I think. Yeah, this is a great buy zone here. If we go as low as here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, now I don't know if you're going to go that low, but you can see what's happening. Gap here, 421, gap here, 406, gap here, 395. All these gaps will be filled. Okay, so don't be super bullish. Wait for a pullback. Eventually, just remember that this gap here is a massive gap, 395. It will be filled one day. I don't know when. Just remember. Okay, if you're a bull, just be mindful of this gap. Okay. And let's go to futures and see if we see any divergences on 1 hour chart. Let's quickly see. We keep going higher, but we have big divergence. You can see on PPO, big divergence. RSI, same thing, big divergence. Okay, so making a new high on divergences on PPO and RSI, which is not a good sign. Okay, let's quickly look at Nasdaq. Same thing, you can see divergence on PPO and RSI making a new high, but you can see PPO is going lower. Okay, RSI is also going lower, so just be careful. Looks like we need some cool down. And then let's quickly review let's review triple Qs. Let's go to daily chart on triple Qs. I think it's going to be very helpful. This is just like a parabolic move, guys. So I think it's going to be very helpful if triple Qs cool down a bit. And I'm watching this trend line, this white trend line. I'm going to get rid of this purple trend line. Let's see 1 hour chart. Did we create a gap today? No gaps today, but there's still this slight gap from yesterday. So if I go back to daily chart, look to buy off this trend line. Okay, look to buy off this trend line. If we sell down, there's a gap here, 320, 332, and if we go from today's close to this gap here, that's around 8% pullback. Okay, that will be a healthy pullback, then another bounce, and then go down eventually to fill all these gaps. You can see how many gaps we have. Okay, so I don't think this is the time to be bullish. That's what my message is. US30 daily chart, keep going higher, but it gapped down. After that, I told you CVS and UNH. I don't know. I don't hear any news. For some reason, these big stocks are down, and that puts a lot of weight on Dow Jones. I don't see any news here. I don't know why they are down, but that's putting pressure on Dow Jones. So it looks like we're gapping down, and then we might be looking for a pullback and then go higher again later on. Okay, use 2000 massive move today. And I think it again came back to our resistance around 1901. Let's go back to this 1 hour chart. You can see this trend line. You can see how nicely I did not change anything, and we today back tested this trend line, and now we are just about to sell off. Okay, also you can see we are going higher on divergences. Same story here. All these indexes are showing divergences. Big divergence on PPO, big divergence on RSI. Looks like we're due for a cool down, guys. So be very careful here. Let's see on Dow Jones if we saw anything. Same thing. You can see huge divergences here on PPO and RSI. Okay, you can see here huge divergences. All right. So yeah, be very careful. I think a pullback is coming. Crude oil I shared. Let's go to daily chart. You can see crude oil was in the buy zone yesterday, and I told you yesterday this is looking good for a bounce, and it was very close to a bottom here. It can go down again in this buy zone, but why take risk, right? So if it goes down, look to buy. It's around 60. You can see these previous lows. It can come as low as 65 and then again bounce. So it could be range bound here. So yeah, so do what's best for you. Yesterday was a good day to buy crude oil. It's bouncing. It really needs to go above this 73.59 to be bullish, but I think it could come back again. Or I'm at the moment neutral. I took my profit, so I'm not holding any energy stocks right now. But let's see tomorrow what happens. This is CNQ. You can see it is like a reversal candle, but the good thing is it's still above this. This line here is 200 SMA line, and you can see what happened on 1 hour chart. There was a gap created yesterday. This gap was around 56. It filled this gap, and now it's also finding support on this 50 hourly SMA. So everything is looking good. Also, dividends are coming on Thursday, so tomorrow could be a good day to buy. If you see a dip tomorrow, One thing to note, there is a gap here on 1 hour chart. This gap here, if you see a dip tomorrow, if it comes here around 55.21, look to buy. That will be a good area to buy CNQ. And this stock does give a healthy dividend, almost 67 cents for 55 bucks each stock. So pretty good healthy dividends. Dollar index, looking for lower prices on dollar. Let me zoom out a bit. And you can see the cycle low is coming here, looking for lower prices. Natural gas, I think it's very close to cycle low here. Let's cycle load. You can see this cycle low is coming here. Let's zoom in a bit and see what's going on. Let me zoom in more here on natural gas. You can see as long as natural gas hold this above this red line, this is 50 SMA, simple moving average, it's good. Okay, so it's bounced and now it's again finding support here. So if it can bounce here, that could be possible that the bottom is in. But if it goes lower tomorrow, then that's not good. We could be, there's another cycle low coming here. Actually, cycle low is coming tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow if you get a bounce, get a dump, look to buy, or also another cycle low is on 3rd of July. So what I'm trying to say is it's possible we could have seen the bottom and we will not go lower. This is a big range, just a lot of accumulation, and now we are very close to now having a huge bounce. So look to buy UNG. Gold, you can see what happened on gold. It's basically bounced this morning after CPI number, and it again sold off from my sell zone. This was the red sell zone here. Again came very close selling zone. So tomorrow if gold goes down again, I told you it's already in the buy zone as per futures. But if it sells down more, if it comes to, this is a higher level study, one day chart. And if it comes below 1930, look to buy gold. Anything below 1930 is a good buy. So from today's close, let's see, from today's close, it's only 0.69%. Okay, so after Fed meeting, if it goes here, that's going to be once in a lifetime opportunity, and gold is going higher from here. Okay, same thing with silver. This is in a buy zone, basically a little bit more sell off, and this whole area you can see around 23.57 to 22 bucks. Anywhere here tomorrow, if you get a sell off, look to buy silver. And gold miners. Gold miners are holding this trend line, this white trend line. It's going to show up very, very soon. You can see this white trend line is holding, and today we came very close to here. And from today's close to this trend line, let's see, it's almost like 1% down. So if we go back to this trend line tomorrow, that's a good area to buy gold miners. You can buy Newmont Mine and gold, Barrick Gold, Newmont Mine. This is NEM. You can see how much it's sold off. It's way far. All tech stocks are at all-time high, and this guy is from the top around 48% down still. Okay, so a lot of upside on this. Barrick Gold is a bit better, yeah, look to buy these two. These are the two biggest gold miners. Okay, and copper coming very close to bottom. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking for about, this could be inverse head and shoulder. We could have bottomed here. I think that looks more likely it's bottom. So this is the ETF, COPPR. I already showed you if it's in the buy zone or not. But if copper sells off, this is 3.772. That's my level to buy. I really hope it comes down a little bit more, and then that will be a good area to buy copper ETF. Sorry, CPER is the ETF you can buy. Palladium is looking good. It has divergences. Basically, it's making a new low. It made a new low day before yesterday, or with divergences on PPO and RSI. You can see here. I think it's going to load up very, very soon. If not, I'm going to just put it here. You can see divergence on PPO, and then RSI daily chart is also showing divergence. So looking good. It's in this channel, and it can break out very soon. PALL is the ETF. Wheat basically in this wedge, and it's finding resistance right where it should on this 50 red, and white is 50 EMA, red is 50 SMA. I really want copper to break above that. That's going to be a very bullish move. You can see a candle like this. I want a bullish move, like a breakout. Okay, so that can happen tomorrow after Fed meeting. Corn basically is looking very good. Looks like bottom is in. I think it's coming down to back test on this 50 SMA, so that's looking good. Soya bean, basically, again, looking good, not bad. Looks like you can see divergences happening here. So all these commodities looks like are bottoming. Sugarcane is already bottomed a while ago, just going ramp up and looking good. Coffee is something looking really nice, and I really want ETF which I can use to trade coffee. So we will see. Looks like it's just going down, but it's right in the buy zone here. Okay, I'm not hesitant to buy. You can see what happened here. Came down a little bit. It could come down and make a new low, but if that happens, it's going to be under divergence of PP on RSI. So coffee is looking good as well. Mortgage rates going higher. Massive move to the upside. Because they are expecting Fed to increase rates. There are a couple of gaps here, so that can fill 4.06 and 3.89. One thing to note, mortgage rates are also higher and tech stocks are also high today, so there's like a conflict. You can see all these tech sectors are high, so it could be an early sign of a warning. Bonds are going lower, and I'm looking for this low to be broken, so it's like a low still has some time, looking for new low. Okay. And Dow Jones, let's see if it created any gaps today. Looks like, let's go to 1 hour chart. I think we might have created a gap. Yeah, there is a gap here on Dow Jones on 1 hour chart around 341. So that gap is still not filled. So we can add a gap here, horizontal line here. So it's a green gap here we created on 1 hour chart. IWM Russell, let's see if it created a gap. No, it did not. So there's no gap on Russell. So whenever the gap is created, 90% chances it gets filled. XLE, although I'm bearish on XLE, but short term, if oil is bottoming and going higher, it's possible we could go higher from here. XLE was up as much as 2% today, but there's multiple gaps here. So I really prefer a little bit downside and go up. If not, then we will at least fill this first gap and then go up. XLU utilities sector looking good. So looks like it's also holding this trend line. You can see this white trend line will show up very soon. You can see we broke out. Now we are back testing and now we're going higher. Okay, so nothing changed. XLV, I told you, looks like healthcare stocks are down. So that will give you another good opportunity. So if it is down, look to buy healthcare stocks. Looking very good. So if it goes down and fill this gap, which is around 128.69, look to buy healthcare stocks. Okay. Industrial going higher like a rocket launcher, which is not good. Every time it goes so far from this moving average, really want this to cool down, fill this gap, and then go higher. Real estate sector finding resistance on this 200 SMA line right on here. So looking for a little bit cool down, fill this gap, and then go higher. Financials 0.6% up. The only thing which bothers me on financial is this gap around let's see, around $32. Okay, so looking for this gap to fill before going higher. And I think I covered most of the other sectors. I'm not going to go into individual tech stocks. I already gave you a review in the beginning. And let's quickly see if anything else interesting. This is Toronto Stock Exchange. This is the ETF. And looks like there's another multiple gaps. So if tomorrow, day after we fill this gap, I'll be looking to buy. XIC is the ETF you can use to buy. So let's go to 1 hour chart and see did we mark all these gap closely or not. So there's this gap here. I need to mark it here. So it gapped up, never filled this gap. So this gap, another gap created. So looking for at least, if we get this gap filled, that will be really good buying opportunity. Okay, so there are multiple gaps here, so looking for those to fill. And Home Depot is looking really nice. It's not run up so far that much. So if you're really interested in buying, look at Home Depot. Okay, this is looking very good, and I'm keeping an eye on Home Depot. Nike is the other one I'm keeping an eye. It's also down heavily, although earnings are coming, so earnings are always a bit risky. Just remember, if earnings are back, it can grab down here as well. Okay, so just be careful. But looks like it already came from previous highs a bit far. So this is the previous high. From there to now, it's almost 16-17% down. So but it's still looking good. Okay, there's a gap here. So if it's anytime we come and fill this gap around 103, look to buy. Looks like we filled this gap. We have another mark here. Yeah, this gap is filled, so I can get rid of the screen line. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And let's quickly review VIX. Let's go to daily chart. VIX is the fear index, and you can see it's gapping up, and it gapped up. Maybe it will come down tomorrow to fill this gap and then go up. So it could be like, let's do a line here. Let's do a trend line. So it could come down, fill this gap, and then go higher. Okay, so that's possible. So be mindful of that. So we could see like a sell-off in VIX. So market stocks go up in the morning, and then Fed come and increase rates by 0.25 basis, and then this goes up and market goes down. Okay. All right, guys, please hit the like button, and please share with your friends and family. If you are enjoying this video and making money, want to thank me, there's a PayPal link in the description. Or if you want me to review any particular stock and put this in the list, please send your donations through PayPal and I will add it here. Okay. All right, guys, have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.